So these games here are to test out to see how Lucario performs with different lineups. I did not even look at his lineup. This is basically just testing 3 at a time. Things I found that work are a Psychic paired with Toxicroak and Lucario, because Lucario is fairly neutral to all of the Psychics. It actually beats Xatu in a 1-for-1 shield scenario, and versus Bronzong and Hypno, it wins when there's less shields. The more shields that are in the match, the more you're gonna lose. But I mean, that's not bad, because Toxicroak obviously just falls right over to Bronzong and Hypno. Another team composition that I found that seems to be okay is Umbreon with Xatu and Lucario. And that's what I have on this one. Man, Lost Resort is so good. I got to take 50% of that Toxicroak with a dark Pokemon. Let's see. I gotta get out of there. So of course here comes Lucario, which works out really well against Dark, and it also has that resistance. So he got to take some shots from Xatu this game and survive it fairly well. Obviously keep Lucario away from Toxicroak. It is the thing you lose by playing with Lucario. So getting him to work partly is just stay away from Toxicroak. Now in this is one that I end up not liking. This one has Shiftry on it. I've gotten rid of Shiftry because there's just too many things that come in and kill him, like Xatu and now possibly multiple fighters if people start playing with Lucario. Lucario is also good because people play too dark sometimes now, depending. This should be a good matchup here. So I go for the Wild Charge, assuming that maybe he thinks that I'm doing an early bluff on the Thunder Punch, but both of them hit so hard, I'm not surprised that he shielded. So we're 1-to-1 shields, and he's low. So Raichu, of course, is pretty rogue. I don't play with Raichu anymore because I don't know where to put him. I don't know what his strengths are. Now this is where it's going to go wrong. I have Shiftry weak to fighting, and then I have Lucario weak to fighting. So that was a poor switch, but I wouldn't have done much better otherwise. So I'm definitely going to get ripped apart by a Toxicroak. I have to build my teams that have not too much weak to Toxicroak. I've got to keep that in mind. But this is the second match, and I just threw 3 of them in there, trying to get a little bit of semblance to figure out what's going to work. Going on to game 3. Let's see what we got for game 3. So far it's 1-1. Going for the third. So what am I going to bring in here? Oh, I kept Shiftry. So this is just, I don't know why I kept him on there. But, you know, you live and you learn. You start off, these are really early preliminary things that I've used Lucario for. We start off with a bad lead, but what are we going to switch out to? Oh yeah, Aerial Ace is good. This is making a good situation out of a bad situation. So I've got to bring Lucario in. He's probably going to switch to a fighter. He's going to throw a fighter in. What am I going to do? Switch to Shiftry and just die? So I got to put in as much work as I can to try to get this Toxicroak down, because this is just trouble. So got half of them down, so that's not bad. I shouldn't have even blocked that mud bomb. I should have saved that shield. It's not really gonna matter, I don't think, depending on his last guy here. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely... It wouldn't have mattered if I shielded that or not. Alright, so then I pick up another loss there, but here's another set of 3 that I played. Now let's see what I can put together now that I've learned a little bit. Alright, what do I do here? So I lead with Lucario. What else did I bring? Okay, this is bad. Let's get out of here. Alright, I got to switch to my Psychic. And now I've got to fight this Spiritomb down. Spiritomb's pretty frail in a lot of ways. I've noticed I always want at least one shield with him. So there he goes down. What am I going to bring in? So I don't really have that many good options. Lucario's my best option right now. And I did not realize that that was going to one-shot me. So I have learned also, just like Spiritomb, you probably want at least one shield with Lucario when you're going into a battle. Alright. Here's the shield draining scenario. Whenever you have Toxicroak versus Toxicroak, people just pretty much rip up their shields. Because it's just not going to... You don't want to get blasted by a mud shot. Like so. Although he was low, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I got schooled on that one. What am I going to bring in for the next game here? Is Lucario being a liability for me here? So far, it seems so. Alright, 2 Psychics and Lucario. So Lucario has a half counter to Psychic. Essentially, is neutral to Psychic. And then I should be able to take out Dark with him, I guess I was thinking. Of course. And 2 Psychics. I don't have... Let's see. At least my Xatu has a Psychic move. Or, I'm sorry, a Ghost move. So that helps cover my bases there without having a Dark. Okay, so let's get out of here, hopefully. Oh, stayed in there, got as much damage as I could. That's alright, the rest of my team is Psychics. I couldn't switch out anyway. So it looks like I'm saving some room on the timer, or building up some timer room. Man, Hypno can take shots, no problem. Alright, he's got his own Lucario, how fun. Probably should have saved up. I probably could have lived through. Do I have any shields there? No, I don't. I probably couldn't have lived through it then. Oh, especially with Shadow Ball. Yeah, let's get out of there. Alright, so this actually is pretty good for Lucario a lot of times. That he can go toe-to-toe with a Psychic. But it looks like I pull off the win. So I think we're going to game 3 here with Vintage. And what am I going to try? Let's keep Shiftry out of there. I do not like the Shiftry match. Thank goodness. Okay, so this is one of them that I said that I liked, which is Toxicroak plus Xatu plus Lucario. So let's see how it plays out. Here's the shield draining scenario. Let's just rip all of our shields apart and then play out the rest of the match with the rest of the stuff here. Luckily it looks like I'm up now. Okay. Well, I get to save a little bit for him. Alright, so not having a dark here is a little bit detrimental to this one. But he has no shields left. I can pull off a Shadow Ball now that we've drained the shields. He's probably going to bring in a Taxi Croak. Run away! Nope, he's dead. Alright. So... Alright. Only had a Mudbound there. Okay, what do I got here? Looks like I'm super far ahead. So this is, of course, a bad matchup for me. If I can pull off an Aerial Ace, not bad. And then who's on my bench? Toxicroak. This looks like I should be able to win this. So Crunchy goes down, and then he's double weak to fighting, but he didn't have enough health. So all in all, pretty close. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.